Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we have discussed the questions of 15.2, where we have learned how to represent coordinates on a axis, how to represent x coordinate, how to represent y coordinate. We have learned all that. Now, next is the real life applications of graphs. So, we have seen in physics, in science, in news channels also, we have been using these graphs for comparison process. If you are seeing the economy of a country, you must be seeing the GDP with time. So you must have seen there are years on the bottom in news channel, and on the y-axis they are showing the GDP growth. So by that they are comparing the, but you say, comparing GDP with previous 10 years. Sir, I asked a question yesterday. Okay, sorry. I saw that question, but I forgot to reply. Sir, I asked a question yesterday, question number 2, 15.1. Please see. Everyone, I think Joel, your answer is correct in that because that is quite obvious. All of you, please help in this question. This is the question that Joel is saying is having some issue. In question number 2 of 15.1, what he is saying is sales of 2005 is clearly how much? Class, please tell me. Sales of year 2005 is how much as per the graph? Yes, it is 10 crores. But he's saying at the back it is written 8.5 crores approx. Why so? Please check. Okay, what were the sales in 2005? Yes, it is like that only. It is 10 only in 2005, no? Yes, it is that only. Graph is going up. Yes. So I think the answer is at the back may be wrong, or I will check it further for any issue and I will let you know. Okay. So for now, you can take it as 10 crores only. Else I will check what is the issue with this. Okay. Maybe misprinted, but I will see, because normally in NCRT they don't go for these kind of mistakes, but maybe it is done. We will check. Now the topic is applications of graphs. We have already discussed in news channels, in normally comparison we are using graphs. In matches also you have seen, whether it is a football match, whether it is a cricket match, they are using the graphs. So all of that is a application of graphs. So while reading a graph, you should be able to understand what they are trying to show. Okay, then only you will get the clear idea, or they will mislead you every time by showing a graph that see, we have such a high values. Now in example number 6, I think I have discussed with you. This was yesterday done. We will discuss this one, example number 7, in which we have principal and simple interest. Let us see. They are saying a bank gives 10% SI. A bank is giving 10% SI. Let me take it here and start the question. What they are saying. Okay. Question, example number 7. Let us try to see what they are saying. A bank gives 10% SI on deposits by senior citizens. Okay. So for senior citizens, they are giving a SI of 10% per year. So after 1 year, you will get 10% extra, whatever you submit in the bank. Now what they are saying, draw a graph to illustrate the relation between sum deposited and simple interest earned. So we want to find the relation between principal and SI. Class, we want to find a relation between principal and SI after 1 year. So in this case, nothing is given to us. They are not giving us any value of principal or simple interest. They have just given us a relation that whatever you submit, how much you will get as interest. Class, the relation given to us is whatever you submit in the bank, after 1 year you will get 10% of interest. So you can take the values on your choice, whatever you want. So first value as they have taken is the easiest one, 100. So we will take the sum deposited. Then second column, simple interest gained on that sum. And the third one will be 2 is required only. That is fine. Let me erase this one. Not going for undo. Okay, sir, we have to solve these examples also in the register. No, Yashna, if you want to solve, you can solve for practice, but it is not compulsory. Okay, sir, your camera is blur. Joel is saying no. Just is saying no. Maybe some sort of network issues coming in at your places. No, that is why. Because others saying it is fine. It cannot happen that it is coming to you and not to others. Now see, suppose you have taken the sum deposited as 100 in the first case. Okay, so we can find the simple interest very easily. It is 10% of what? Class, 10% of what? 100. Very good. So there are two ways. First way, I have told you in percentage, the normal way. 10% of anything, how we find? 10 upon 100 into the amount. 100 will cancel, you will get rupees 10. So rupees 10 is the simple interest after 1 year. So amount is 110, but we have to find the relation between sum deposited and SI. So it is fine. Now suppose I deposit 150 rupees. Suppose I deposit 150 rupees. Class, tell me how much interest I will get. If I deposit 150 rupees, I will get, very good, Vardhan, Ananya. Others please try. Because it is 10%, there is no use of calculation. We can easily find the answer in our mind because 10% is very easy for everything. It is 15 rupees. Now, in the last case, I have found the percentage by a simple formula. If you want to find by SI formula, that is also easy. Suppose you want to use the formula SI is equal to P into R into T upon 100. That is also going to give you the same answer. Let us put the values. The P is 150, R is 10, time is 1 year upon 100. So class, are you able to observe by using the formula or by using the concept, we are getting the same answer? Class, are you able to understand this thing? That percentage is not fixed to a single way. You can find the answers by many ways. Are you able to understand this thing? So this will make your concept strong if you understand these kind of things. Suppose you have forgot the formula, you can always find the answer using this direct notation also. Okay. So in this case, the answer will be how much? It will be 150. This will cancel, and we will get 0 cancel. 15 rupees. So the second person got 15 rupees. Suppose the third person is giving 200 rupees. The third person is submitting 200 rupees in the bank. Yes, I understand in the example they have taken different values, but in this question you can take any value because they want just a graph of how it is going with the time. So you will say if he is depositing 200 rupees, he will get 10% of 200 after 1 year. That is 10 upon 100 into 200. So 0 will cancel. 20 rupees you will get. So now finally we have got three cases. I am showing you graph for these three only. So for the graph you will draw first the y-axis, then x-axis. I have told you which axis we normally take as independent one. Class, please tell which axis normally we take as independent. Normally we try to take the horizontal axis, x-axis, as the independent. It is not a hard and fast rule, just a convention. We try always to take the independent variable on x-axis because that gives a clear idea of how the dependent variable is varying with the independent variable. Okay, so first thing when you draw, you have to make this y dash, x dash. Second thing, you have to write the make the equal divisions. Equal divisions you will make like this. Division should be very much equal. Now suppose now what should I take on x-axis? Please tell. What should I take on x-axis? Please tell. What should I take on x-axis? Simple interest or principal? We should take the principal because it is the first or the independent quantity. Okay, and the second one is simple interest on y-axis. So the first value that we have taken is 100. So better we take the values as 50. First as 50, second as 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, because my scale is fine with 51. So I can say my scale is on x-axis. I am taking 1 unit equal to how much, class? Please tell how much units I have taken. Yes, I have taken 1 equal to rupees 50. And on y-axis, what I have taken? Please tell. On y-axis, I have taken 5 rupees. So on y-axis, my 1 unit is equal to rupees 5. And you can observe, I don't require any kink. Class, you can observe, I don't require any kink because between 0 and 50 and 50 and 100, same sort of what you say divisions are there. So equality is maintained from 0 to every number. That is why I don't require a kink. Yes, the gap between 0 to 50 is also 50. Here also the gap is of 50. Here also the gap of 50. So gap is uniform. So we don't require a kink. Okay. Now let us put the values. The first value I got was for 100 rupees, 100 rupees and 10 rupees. So at when we deposit 100 rupees, we get 10 rupees. So how to locate the point? We will draw using a scale. We will find this line. We will find this line, and wherever they will cut each other, this will be your answer, 100 comma 10. Similarly, you can put other point also. Sir, can we put a kink in between? In between putting a kink is not a way of going right now. You just go for the origin kink only. Okay, you can only put the kink in the starting right now what you have learned. Okay, don't go for that. Now the second one is 150 and 15. It will come somewhere here, 150 and 15. Third one is 220. It will come somewhere here. Class, can you see there is a relation? If you observe, there is a, sorry, it is 20. There is a relation like this. There is a line being forming which can pass through center or the origin. What does this mean? If a line is passing through origin, anyone who is understanding this thing, please tell me, what does this mean? That this line is passing through origin, how you can explain this thing in terms of principal and SI? Please tell me. If the graph is passing through origin, what we can say about this? That, can you realize this thing, what they are trying to say? That this line is passing through 0. That means if the principal deposited is 0, plus if a line is crossing through this origin, that means if x portion you give 0, y portion will also be 0. That's it. If any graph goes through origin, that means only one thing, that for 0 quantity of this x portion, you will get 0 quantity of y portion also. And it is very much correct also. If you go in a bank, you don't deposit any money, will they give you any money back after a year? If you go to a bank and you deposit 0 rupees, they will not give you any money back. That is why there is no money given. That is why 0 comma 0 is the coordinate for this relation. Now this tells me it is a linear relation going up. That means more the money you give, more the money you will get. Plus, tell me, this tells us more the money we give, more the money we get back. So this is a sort of, it is a direct relation or inverse relation. Please tell me, is this a direct relation or a inverse relation? Yes, is this a direct sort of proportionality or inverse proportionality? Harshul, it is direct proportionality, beta. One quantity is increasing, that is, if you increase the principal, SI will increase. if you decrease the principal, SI will decrease. So whatever you do in the first quantity, same will happen in the second quantity. There are some relations in which if you increase the first quantity, second will decrease. That sort of relation is known as inverse relation. Yes, if you increase one quantity, other is decreasing, that sort of relation is known as inverse relation. But in this case, it is a direct relation or direct proportionality. They are directly proportional. If you increase one, other is increasing. If you decrease one, other is decreasing. So class, I hope you are able to understand the relation between principal and SI is a direct proportionality relation. Okay. Now let us see the next example. The next example is of time and distance. Now class, tell me, we will see what kind of relation is this. We will see what kind of relation after some time. Okay. First read the question. Ajit can ride a scooter constantly at a speed of 30 km per hour. So Ajit is a, but you say, very sort of responsible citizen. He knows that 40 kilometers is the limit and he is going at 30 km per hour normally. Draw a distance time graph for this situation. Use it to find the time taken by Ajit to reach 75 kilometers and the distance covered by him. Okay, let us try. So we know the speed is constant by him, always 30 kilometer per hour. So he has done some sort of, what you say, mechanic thing on the scooter and he got the speed fixed at 30 kilometer per hour. They are asking the time taken by Ajit to ride 75 kilometer. So if distance covered is given to you as 75 kilometer, what is the time taken? Very easy. Okay, just is saying it is a cruise control. But beta, cruise control is not coming in scooters, I think. It is coming only in the cars. So we can say speed, we all know, is equal to distance upon time. Okay, just so speed is how much? Speed is given to us, distance is given to us. We have to find the time. So whatever you want to find, class, I have told you, whatever we want to find, we need to keep that thing on the alone side. Yes, class, if you remember, whatever we want to find, we have to isolate that. So we want to find the time. Let us bring time on this side. It becomes speed into time is equal to distance, and finally it becomes time is equal to distance upon speed. Now put the values. What will we get? Distance is 75 kilometer upon 30. So class, what is the answer? We can cut 3 10s 30 and 3 to the 6, 3 5 the 15, 25 by 10. Very simple. Cut the 0, put the decimal, 2.5 hours. So he will take 2.5 hours. Class, I want to ask you one thing. If I increase the speed, will it take more time to reach or less time to reach? Less time, yes. So this is the relation I was talking about. This type of proportionality in which you increase the speed, the time is decreasing. This sort of proportionality is known as inverse proportionality. So if you decrease the speed, the time taken will, class, if you decrease the speed, time taken will increase. Sir, we can cut 25 by 10 more also. Yes, very good, Yashna. This only I wanted to hear. Okay, please see. Last class also I told you that 10, 100, 1000 are very, very, very sweet numbers. है ना? So we should not cut them always like that. But आज आपने बोला है तो we will go for that. Okay, and I will show you how. Okay, you were absent. It was in class 7, beta. Yashna. In class 7, you were absent on that day. You remember that much? It is good. So please see. Please see. Yashna. If you take 5, 5 to the 10, 5 5 the 25. Is it fine? Yashna? Is it fine? Okay. Now you will take 5 by 2. So you will write like this: 2 to the 4, 1 will you get, then you will put a decimal, 0 will come, and then you put 5. So I took 3 steps, normally 3 steps to find this answer 2.5, which I could have written directly also. So directly also you can cut the 0 and put a decimal. So that is why I told all of you, whenever you have 10, 100,000, lakh, whatever, the zeros are very precious. Keep them till the end. And the end, just cut all the zeros and put a decimal, because whatever, but you say mehnat you will do, you will get the same answer. So why to waste your time? Okay. So can we calculate orally also in some cases? Yes, just you can calculate orally, because understand this thing. Right now, calculation is important to show, because nothing much is there in the question. But after some time, questions will be very tough. At that time, calculation will become a primary thing. Sorry, it will become a secondary thing, not that important. It will be, if it is done in mind, it is good. You will save some time. Okay. Now, but right now in class 8, I think you can go for that. So that's why I said in some cases. Okay, okay, just in some cases when time is, when you think time is to be saved in the question, you can do in mind also. So second part, but the best practice, suppose you are in class 8, make a rough column and do in the right side, because while you are revising the question, na, that calculation will help you to recheck what you have done easily. So now they are saying the distance covered by Ajit in 3.5 hours. Sir, I thought you were talking about yesterday. Okay, okay. Not yesterday, Ashna. I told this thing in class 7th only, that whenever you have 10, 100 kind of things in the denominator, better you leave them. Okay. So the distance covered by Ajit in 3 by 2 or 3.5 hours. So if time is 3.5 hours, we want to find the distance covered. We know the speed is constant, 30 kilometer per hour. So same thing, we will use same formula. This time we will isolate the distance. So distance will be how much? Speed into time. Distance will be speed into time. Just put the values. Speed is 30 kilometer per hour into time is 3.5 hours. So because time is in hours, speed is in kilometer per hour, so we can directly multiply them. But if speed was, class, suppose the speed given to you is 40 meter per second, will it be correct to multiply directly in this way? If the speed given to you is 30 kilometer per hour, and sorry, the speed given to you is 40 meter per second and time given is 3.5 hours, can you multiply them directly? No, we need to convert, because without having the same units you cannot find the answer. So you need to be aware of all these things in your mind. Okay. But right now, luckily we have speed in kilometer per hour and we have time in hours, so we can multiply these two. So what will we get? We will get 30 into 236 plus 1, 7 by 2. 2 15s are 15 sevens are how much? 105 kilometers. So this is the way we will get the answer. Okay, class. I think next question is also simple. Here also I think they have made the graph. You can always, here also they have taken some cases in first hour, in second hour, in third hour. Sir, show in second also. Okay. In second also, suppose the question is like this, speed is same, 30 kilometer per hour, and the question is asking, find the, suppose, distance covered if time is 7200, 3600, 3600, okay, seconds. Class, now find the distance traveled. Now find the distance traveled. If this is the speed and this is the time, now find. Are distance traveled I'm asking. Okay, you are telling the time in hours. Okay, just Okay, Ananya, I will show the constant speed graph also. Please tell. First you need to convert the time. First you need to convert the time. The time will be how much? Time, if you convert in hours, what will you get? No, don't convert in minutes, beta. You can see the speed given to you is in kilometer per hour. So you need to convert time also in hours. No, Ananya. You need to first find the relation between seconds and hours. Let me tell you, we know in 1 hour how many seconds are there, beta? Please tell me. In 1 hour, how many seconds are there? Please tell. In 1 hour, how many seconds are there? Okay, very good. In 3600 seconds, we have 1 hour. So in 1 second, we will have how much? 1 upon 3600 hours. I am using unitary method. Plus, Yashna, 80 hours. How, beta? Please see. In 1 second, we have this much hours. So in 7200 seconds, we will have 1 by 3600 into 7200 hours. 0 will cancel and 36 twos are 72. Question was very easy. Just to confuse you people, I gave you these much high seconds to understand this thing. So I hope Ananya, sorry Yashna, it is fine now. Okay, so it is 2 hours actually. So in 2 hours, how much you will cover? 60 kilometers. So please explain again. Okay. Yashna, you can see the speed given to you is in 30 kilometer per hour and the time given to you is in seconds. So first we need to find a relation between seconds and hours. We all know in 1 hour there are 60 minutes, or we can say in 1 hour there are 60 into 1 minute. Or if you want to find in seconds, you can say 1 hour is equal to 60 into 60 seconds. Yashna, are you able to understand this thing? In 1 hour, 60 minutes are there. In 1 minute, 60 seconds are there. Therefore, in 1 hour, there are 60 into 60 seconds. क्या आपको समझ में आई ये बात? Yashna, please confirm. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. In 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. That is why in 1 hour, there are 60 into 60 seconds. So 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. Now what I have done is I have found in 1 second how many hours are there. That is 1 upon 3600 hours. And finally, I found for 7200 seconds and I got it is actually 2 hours. And by that, I easily found the distance. Okay. Now, okay, yeah, Ananya was saying distance time graph if speed is constant. Okay, let me show you. Graphs can be of many types. Ananya, if you have a graph in which time is there and speed is there, what will happen? Because the speed is fixed at 30, you will get a line like this. Are you able to understand this thing? Okay, sorry, Vardhan. If I by mistake I've written hours, it is a mistake. It should be seconds only. Where I've written? Okay. No, it is correct. It is correct. Here it is correct. Vardhan. Please tell me, class. If speed is constant, this will be your speed time graph. If you want to find distance time graph from this, what will happen? You can see if speed is constant, that means at equal interval of time, you will travel equal distance. So the graph will be like this. You can observe in the question also, the dt graph is coming like this. This is distance time graph and this is speed time graph. Try to understand this thing. The speed time graph will be like this because speed is constant, and the distance time graph will be like this because speed is fixed. So a person will cover same distance in same time. So graph will come like this. Sir, it is 1 hour equal to, yes beta, 1 hour equal to 1 by, no beta जोएल, उल्टा कह रहे हो आप. 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds होता है बेटा. आप कह रहे हो 1 hour equal to 1 upon 3600 seconds. ये गलत है बच्चे. In 1 hour we have 3600 seconds, ना कि fraction. समझो इस बात को. We have learned this thing. In 1 meter there are 100 centimeters. In 1 centimeter there are 1 upon 100 meters. हमको उसको अपॉन लाना पड़ता है ना बच्चे. Try to understand this thing. अगर 1 मीटर में 100 सेंटीमीटर है तो in 1 centimeter you will bring the standard denominator. Similarly हमने भी किया. I said 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. So 1 second is equal to 1 upon 3600 hours. That's it. Sir, you wrote something wrong in the last question we did. Okay. What is wrong, beta? Please tell, because time is less. If something is wrong, you can tell me. We will correct in the next class. Maybe while explaining, something may came out wrong from my side, but no issue. This is the final thing. You have to write the main formula first. From that, you can find the other formulas. Okay. Joel, I think it is clear now that 1 second is equal to 1 by 3600 hours. Okay. Try to relate all these things whenever you have time. Okay. Let us stop this recording and switch on the cameras.